This is Mountaineer Insider.
One of the most picturesque settings in all of college football brings us to the high country of Boone, North Carolina.
The App State Mountaineers are going dancing!
Ball down, State puts it in the air.
Got it! Got it! Got it!
To send the student section to its feet.
And now to your hosts, Dave Thomas and Matt Present.
Welcome into the Mountaineer Insider on Skyline Skybest and WATA. I'm Dave Thomas from Curtis Media Group in Boone, along with Matt Present, the radio voice for App State men's basketball. And that'll be here before we know it because we're already starting another season. Students back on campus. Boone is filling up with more people, and the excitement is in the air because there's a lot happening around App State athletics.
You and I were just talking off the air that this UNC game feels like it's just this thing down the road that we've been looking forward to, that's coming up, that we're excited about, and it's almost here. It's pretty remarkable that shift in mentality to like, it's going to happen to, oh man, it's a week and a half away.
What do we do? How do we get ready for it? Of course, App State Athletics has a brand new app that you can obviously download on your phone and keep up with the latest news and information, because leading into a game the size, the magnitude of North Carolina, you're going to need to know the new information tomorrow because it's going to be continued to be updated constantly. So use the new app, stay up to date, not just with the North Carolina game, but with everything moving forward. But leading into just the entire season, all the teams, the fall teams are practicing and they're around. And you know, they had the Fan Fest this past weekend, which was a lot of fun. A lot of folks were out meeting players, getting autographs. So there's a definite feel in the air for sure.
Yeah, and it's certainly the excitement for the UNC game, the excitement for fall sports. It just creates an energy around campus along with school starting, and you have the other fall sports getting underway as well. Soccer's played 2 matches already this season, a pair of ties. You have volleyball and field hockey just finishing up their exhibition seasons, getting ready to play as well. So it's not just the UNC game, a ton of excitement across the board for App State athletics.
We're going to dive into App State football coming up next with offensive lineman Cooper Hodges on the Mountaineer Insider.
A great company is made by great people. We understand our network, and our services are only as strong as the people who work to make them possible. Skyline Skybest employs talented individuals with a range of specialties. If you're an innovator looking to contribute to the success of a tech company that's passionate about customer service and community enrichment, Skyline Skybest wants to hear from you. Visit us online at skybest.com/careers and complete a job application today.
Are you looking for the best security system provider in your area? Look no further than Skyline Skybest. Skybest Security offers monitored and self-monitored security systems with packages starting as low as $15 per month. Let our knowledgeable local security technicians review your home with our free on-site consultation and recommend the best security solution for you. Already have an existing security system? You may be able to keep your equipment and save money by switching to Skybest Security. Call us today or visit us online to learn more.
Hey, Yosef. Is everything okay in here? That's my Mountaineer. Good job, buddy.
Ingalls, proud partner of the App State Mountaineers.
Local businesses, families, and schools play a vital role in our community. So does your electric cooperative. We do more than keep the lights on. By investing in scholarships, grants, and other educational opportunities, we power and empower the people we serve.
Welcome back to the Mountaineer Insider on Skyline Skybest and WATA. I'm Dave Thomas, along with Matt Present. We're joined now by Cooper Hodges, offensive lineman for the Mountaineer football team. And before we get into you, I noticed that you had a picture on Phil Steele's, one of the Phil Steele covers. What was that like for you? Because you're there with ACC skill position guys. You're the only offensive lineman, but also from a group of 5 teams. So what was that like? How did you find out about that?
Honestly, I found out on social media. I just seen it. Somebody posted it, that kind of thing. But I mean, I thought it was pretty cool, but I mean, I think my mom and my grandma were more excited than I was. They're like, how do I order one? I need one now, you know, that kind of thing. But I mean, it's just I mean, I was excited as much as I could say. It's cool to be, people on there were great players, and I just was glad to be included, so.
You guys have just finished up fall camp, and I know that's exciting for you to put in the rearview mirror. For people that don't know what goes into those few weeks, take us through. I mean, you were saying you're in the building for half the day, realistically. Like, what is your day like during fall camp?
So, I mean, it's football 24/7. So, I mean, we're there 12, 13 hours a day. Wake up, 7:30, go get breakfast, and then you immediately go into meetings, team meetings, special teams, position, all that stuff. And then before that, you got to get treatment, and then you get to lunch. After lunch, you got practice. After practice, you got, more meetings, and then dinner, and then you got walkthrough meetings. It's just a full day of just nothing but football. And then there at the end of the night, you got like some team bonding kind of stuff. So it's just, it's fun, but it's also one of the most difficult things you'll do. Every year, I tell the freshmen, I said, this first year is the hardest year of things you're going to have. So it just gets easier from now on. So just be prepared, because it is not easy at all.
Do you have to spend a certain amount of time keeping an eye on the freshmen, as you told us before we came on? You got to love this, or it's really going to not be a good thing for you. So are you constantly trying to pay attention to those younger guys?
I wouldn't say I'm like hounding them or paying just focused on them too much. It's just like we're trying to show them how we do things. App State is a big tradition, culture place, and you don't just walk in day one, you're like, all right, this is how things go. You have to learn how we do things. You know what I mean? And we take pride in that. So it's just we're showing them the ropes. You know what I mean? So it's just being able to guide them into helping them become successful players.
You talk about that adjustment period as a freshman, and you yourself went through it as well. You redshirt your freshman year, and you started just about every game since. What is that challenge to go from a top offensive lineman in high school? You're now one of the best offensive linemen in the college game. You've landed on all these preseason lists. But as a freshman, to have to sit there and wait your turn, what was that like, and what did you learn through that process?
It's a humbling experience, no doubt, because every kid that comes in from high school, they come in and they're that guy at their high school. Everybody's like, oh, he's that guy, he's the football player, he's the stud of the team, that kind of thing. And then once they get to college, it's kind of like everybody was that guy at that point. So it's kind of like you have to start from the bottom. You have to become that guy again. You know what I mean? And for me, it was a different experience. In my first year, I got hurt. I got redshirted, had surgery, all that stuff. And, at that point, you're just like, man, I don't know if I'll ever be that guy again. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you have to, I don't know. For me, my freshman year was more about, just becoming a man, that kind of thing. And once that happened and I, learned how things were done, it was, smooth sailing from there.
Who were the guys that showed you the way?
Okay, I mean, for me, it would be Victor Johnson, Ryan Newsel, Chandler Greer. Those guys showed me how it was done. And then, honestly, throughout my whole career, Bear Hunter. I mean, he was a big part of, the player I am. I played next to him for 2 seasons, and then, he played center for a season. So it was a big deal. I mean, so they just really showed me how App State does things, but more importantly, how the Bulls do things. You know what I mean? So it's a big deal. It was a big deal.
Cooper Hodges, offensive lineman for App State football, joining us here on the Mountaineer Insider. But since that year, 39 starts at right tackle, you're one of the guys who gets beat up on every single play.
Oh, yeah.
The durability that you've been able to sustain, and we're going to knock on wood here that continues this year, but the durability, what do you do getting ready for game and then post game to keep your body ready to go out and do it again?
Well, I mean, I would say Brad, our strength coach, has a lot of doing that. They've kind of taught me not only preparing for the season doesn't happen during the summer. It happens the day after the season ends. It happens the first day of spring ball, all that kind of stuff. So they kind of showed me the way of how to take care of my body. And plus, we have an amazing training staff with Scott Crowthers. If I said that wrong, please forgive me. But I mean, they kind of help us do everything. They teach us the way. I mean, it's just like Vic showing me the way. It's like they're showing us how to do that kind of thing. And it's whatever you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. So if you want to my goal is to be able to play every game as good as I can. I don't want to be able to say, I don't want to say I'm hurt, I'm beat up. I want to be as fresh as I can be. So I take great pride in just taking care of myself and take care of my body, especially like after games, before games, all that stuff. But
what about on the diet and nutrition side? I mean, there's certain athletes that are trying to keep a certain physique. As an offensive lineman, it's a little bit different. What are you putting in your body to fuel it and feel your best, but also to keep both weight and muscle on?
So, I mean, this is something that every offensive lineman struggles with at some point. You're either eating too much or you're not eating enough. Thankfully, Megan Morley, our nutritionist, is amazing. She does, everything she can to help us. But, I mean, right now, after it goes through phases, in camp, most athletes, they're going to lose weight during camp. You're practicing 2.5 hours a day. It's, it's hot, it's sweaty. You're really just working like crazy. So you have to put, more stuff into your body, to take care of it. But, I mean, for me, it was just really finding that balance where, I'm right now I'm about 305 pounds. So it's like, when I get to 308, I'm a little, I'm not as good as I am when I'm at 305. And then when I'm at 302, I'm not as good as I'm not as strong or as agile, that kind of stuff when I'm at 305. So it's really just kind of find that spot for you, you know what I'm saying? So it's been a difficult kind of thing for me, but I definitely figured it out finally. So,
is there one thing though that you don't eat in season so you can stay where you want to be? That when the season's over, you're going to go running to it.
My thing is, soda. Soda's, I love soda. I mean, I'm thankfully, O-line, we get to eat cake and the good stuff. We can eat the good stuff. But soda for me is just one of those things that I just don't feel good when I drink it or when after that. So, but also alcohol too. I mean, we try to stay away as much as we can. But soda is definitely a big one. Like Monday or today, I probably might have me a soda because we just kind of got done, with fall camp. Just a rewarding kind of thing, But I stay away from it as much as I can.
What about the hair and the beard? How long have you been working on that?
So I usually I grew my hair out long in high school, and then right before I came here, I cut it. I shaved it off. So it's kind of like I grow it out until I complete a task, I guess. And my thing is, I'll cut it when I graduate. But the beard is a little different. The beard's just kind of like the mountain man, mentality kind of thing. I shaved it, after the bowl game, and then ever since then I've been growing it out. So I won't shave it again until after the bowl game. I'll get a little trim up, that kind of stuff. But it's just kind of like a mentality and just like, completely buying into the Mountaineer way. You know what I mean?
You mentioned the nickname being a bull, the Bulls earlier.
The Bulls.
Tell us what that persona really is. I mean, App State football has a persona, but then the Bulls have their own persona.
Yeah, I mean, the Bull, it's just like O-line's a big, just because you have one good player does not mean you're going to have a good O-line. It's about the herd. You know what I'm saying? It's about everyone being involved. If you want to be a good O-line, you have to have good chemistry with each and every player that's on the O-line. So our thing is, no matter who it is, it's just we take pride in what we do. We take pride in protecting the quarterback and running the ball efficiently. So you mess with one bull, you get all five. You know what I'm saying? It's just how it is. We take, it's a pride thing. It's just a mentality.
It's definitely a mentality for sure. Cooper Hodges is our guest, right tackle for the App State offensive line. We'll continue our conversation with him as we continue with the Mountaineer Insider next on Skyline, Sky Best, and WATA.
Local businesses, families, and schools play a vital role in our community. So does your electric cooperative. We do more than keep the lights on. By investing in scholarships, grants, and other educational opportunities, we power and empower the people we serve.
Hey, Yosef. Is everything okay in here? That's my Mountaineer. Good job, buddy.
Ingalls, proud partner of the App State Mountaineers.
Are you looking for the best security system provider in your area? Look no further than Skyline SkyBest. SkyBest Security offers monitored and self-monitored security systems with packages starting as low as $15 per month. Let our knowledgeable local security technicians review your home with our free on-site consultation and recommend the best security solution for you. Already have an existing security system? You may be able to keep your equipment and save money by switching to SkyBest Security. Call us today or visit us online to learn more.
A great company is made by great people. We understand our network and our services are only as strong as the people who work to make them possible. Skyline SkyBest employs talented individuals with a range of specialties. If you're an innovator looking to contribute to the success of a tech company that's passionate about customer service and community enrichment, Skyline SkyBest wants to hear from you. Visit us online at skybest.com/careers and complete a job application today.
Welcome back on the Mountaineer Insider on Skyline SkyBest and WATA. I'm Dave Thomas from Curtis Media Group, along with Matt Present, the play-by-play voice for App State men's basketball. Cooper Hodges is our guest, talking football, right tackle, the offensive line, one of the Bulls. We sort of talked football in camp in our previous segment. Let's talk about you getting here, a Florida native coming to the mountains. How did that take place?
Well, getting recruited, Coach Watts is my recruiter, and if y'all know him, he's an excellent recruiter. He knows how to sell this place, and literally, the thing that sold me is like, just come up here for a visit, just see it, you know. And at that point, when I first came up here, I had probably 10, 15 offers, and then I came up here, and it was just a feeling, you know. They say when I was getting recruited, they always say, just wherever you feel at home, wherever you get that feeling, that's where you need to go. And I got up here, I was at the stadium, and I was just, you know, looking at mountaintops and just talking to players about, you know, how they feel about this place. And it was just, I was sold, you know. I just wanted to be a part of this family, a part of this tradition, this culture, and yeah.
What do you remember about the day that you signed the commitment, made it final?
So at that, you know, where I live, I'm from Jacksonville, so this is or outside Jacksonville. I won't claim the city, you know. So for me, it was, I wanted to get far away from home where I could, you know, grow up, you know, be my own person, but I wanted to be close enough where if something happened, I could come home, you know. So I thought that was a good place. But when I signed that day, it was just, you know, I was like, man, you know, I'm finally, you know, I'm a grown man now. I'm on my own. You know, I don't have mama there to come, you know, help me at sometimes, you know. So it was just kind of like an eye opener, and like, you know, I guess a lot of freshmen do when they first get here. They kind of, you know, they're kind of just opened up by it. They kind of act out, I guess. It was first time you're away from home, I guess. So I guess I kind of went through that too. But I guess the feeling I got when I was signed was just like, you know, realization. I was like, man, this is it, you know. So it was cool.
First practice, though, obviously was a lot different.
Yeah.
What were your early thoughts about, okay, this isn't high school anymore?
Well, I got I won't even talk about my first practice. I'll talk about my first workout. My first guy here, we still had Coach Mike Siriano. If you probably had mixed reviews about him, you either love him or you hate him, you know. But I mean, we're still getting our like our sickle cells tests and all that stuff coming back, you know. It's just kind of stuff you have to do before you play. And I'm sitting there, and I'm just watching the workout. And they didn't complete the stuff in times or whatever. I watched them. They did like 120 up downs after the thing, and I'm sitting there like, after every lift they're gonna be doing 100. I'm just sitting there thinking like, man, holy crap! Like I was scared. I was nervous,
sure.
You know. And then the first practice, at that time, I was with Coach Clark. You know, he was my offensive line coach, and his indie is a lot different than a lot of other people's. He has very tough indie. You know, he gets you in shape through his indie. So that definitely was a humbling experience, because you kind of, I wouldn't say you get, I guess I would say you get picked on as a freshman. You know, they're just trying to, you know, get you into the, you know, in the tradition, the culture, that kind of stuff. They're trying to, you know, make you fit. And yeah, he definitely made it work.
You talk about him as your position coach. What was it like to have him go from offensive line coach to head coach?
Well, for me, it was I mean, it was awesome because, I mean, he helped recruit me. He was my O-line coach. I mean, we were extremely close. I mean, for me, he's got me at he's seen me at each point in my career. He's seen me at my lowest. He's seen me on the up and coming, and now he's here at my highest point in my career. And I feel like that's the same with him. I've seen him when he was a O-line coach and when he's now head coach. And I guess it's kind of the way I feel about it. It's like we've kind of done that together, So we have a really good relationship. I mean, we sit there and I mean, we play ping pong just about every day, and it gets nasty in there, So, but yeah, it's been cool to see and experience. Just I mean, just see the things that has helped him and his family. So it's been awesome.
Cooper Hodges, our guest right tackle for the App State offensive line. You've gone through a couple of coaching changes, position coaching changes. What is that like for you, and what do you try to take from the one that was there before but add to the one that's here now?
Honestly, I think it's actually worked out well for me. Each coach that I've had has had a different coaching style, and they all hit me at a certain point in my career. Coach Clark was there to, wake me up and, make me realize my potential, what I could be. And then Coach Carbell was one of those guys that no matter who you were, you could be #1 draft pick, you could be a whatever, it doesn't matter. You're going to work, you're going to get it done. And now with Coach Jeet, he has a kind of a different approach. His approach is, like he's going to take care of us. He's just, I mean, he knows that we're old guys. We know how things get done, and it's our expectation and what we do. We have to know what's going on and how we do things. And he's there to hold the standard, but it's us to enforce it. So I think that each coach has hit a pivotal point in my career.
You talked about in your commitment here a feeling that you got. What about the feeling when you walk out on game day? How would you describe the environment at the Rock?
I mean, it's unmatched. I mean, I've been several places. I've been to Penn State. That game. Went to South Carolina, North Carolina. We'll go to Texas A&M. But there nothing is like the Rock. It's just you walk out there, all you see is black and gold. It's awesome. It's awesome. And I try to, most people, they're before a game, they're listening to, some young boys, some, Kodak in there. I can't do that. I get too excited. I'm sitting there, I'm just listening to something to make me feel good. I'm just trying to be able to control myself. It's just all these emotions coming out, and especially when you have such a great fan base like we do, it's cool. It's hard to hold in.
You referenced North Carolina. You start the season with them.
Yeah.
The electricity of this place, there's been rumors of what it's going to be like. Nobody knows until it gets here, obviously. But have you even tried to wrap your brain around what that afternoon and running onto the field is going to be like?
I wouldn't. I'm not too focused on that, I guess. I mean, I'm focused on, North Carolina and just doing whatever we can to beat that team. But just the atmosphere, I know, is going to be excellent. I just know it's going to be awesome. I can't even. I can't really comprehend it right now. It's just. I mean. We don't even have to talk about it because we already know what it's going to be like, So we're super excited and we can't wait.
On the X's and O's side, take me through what film study is like for you guys. I would imagine it's so much different the way you prepare in college than high school. What are some finer things that you guys as a group try to key in on to help you gain an advantage on game day?
For us, we're really controlling. We point out the mic and who we're going to block in the run game, and then protection. So how we protect the quarterback. So things we look into would be, we're looking at the safeties. Is he on the hash? Is he over the hash? Is he, is the corner blitzing? We're looking at alignment. Is it a 3 or 2-eye? Based on all that little stuff, we can tell like how the defense is being run. So we're really just trying to, we know where the ball's going, we know where the play's going. The defense doesn't. But if we can understand where the defense is trying to go, it just makes us more dangerous. It can help us be able to scheme them up better. So
you know where things are going, but as an offensive lineman, you don't get to watch.
Nah.
When do you really get to go back and see some of the bigger plays and some of the more celebrated plays? Is it the video board, or is it later when you're watching film?
I mean, we see the video board. We can see that when it's on there. I mean, we're not really. But you don't really see offensive linemen. You just see Cam Peoples running into the touchdown, that kind of thing. So we're more really we see that kind of stuff in film. We see the plays that happen. A lot of times football is not a perfect game, so it's just kind of cool to see how, somebody breaking the tackles, but then it's like, we have it blocked up perfectly, and then something happens, the quarterback pulls it and throws it, like, what are you doing, Chase? That kind of stuff. So it's like, that's the kind of things that we get to look at, and when we get in the meetings.
But is there a sound when you know something is broken, even though your attention is not there? But is there a sound?
This is just the roar of the crowd. Everybody knows when, they get past the safety or they break that last tackle, and you just hear the crowd roar. It's just like, I don't even have to look. If I really want to, I could just head to the sidelines. You know what I'm saying? So it's a cool experience, no doubt.
Do you have a favorite play from your time here?
Favorite play, actually would probably be at Darrington versus North Carolina. I remember this is crazy. I remember it because it was my third start at App, and it was a blitz coming off the edge. I made a little call and changed the play up a little bit, and Darrington broke out for about 50 and got stopped on the 1 yard line. So I just felt like that was big time for me, and it was big time for the university. So.
Well, definitely been a big time career for you. Congratulations on all the accolades for the preseason. Best of luck this season and best of health to you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Cooper Hodges joining us, right tackle for the App State Mountaineer offensive line. We'll come back and continue on the Mountaineer Insider next on Skyline Sky Best and WATA.
A great company is made by great people. We understand our network, and our services are only as strong as the people who work to make them possible. Skyline Sky Best employs talented individuals with a range of specialties. If you're an innovator looking to contribute to the success of a tech company that's passionate about customer service and community enrichment, Skyline Sky Best wants to hear from you. Visit us online at skybest.com/careers and complete a job application today.
Are you looking for the best security system provider in your area? Look no further than Skyline Sky Best. Sky Best Security offers monitored and self-monitored security systems with packages starting as low as $15 per month. Let our knowledgeable local security technicians review your home with our free on-site consultation and recommend the best security solution for you. Already have an existing security system? You may be able to keep your equipment and save money by switching to Sky Best Security. Call us today or visit us online to learn more.
Hey, Yosef. Is everything okay in here? That's my Mountaineer. Good job, buddy.
Ingalls, proud partner of the App State Mountaineers.
Local businesses, families, and schools play a vital role in our community. So does your electric cooperative. We do more than keep the lights on. By investing in scholarships, grants, and other educational opportunities, we power and empower the people we serve.
Welcome back as we wrap up the Mountaineer Insider, the first of the fall season, as we're going to be talking a lot about App State football this year, of course, keeping you informed with the other sports. I'm Dave Thomas from Curtis Media Group in Boone. Matt Present, the radio voice for App State men's basketball, here with us as well each week. Talking to Cooper Hodges, interesting fellow. The personality is so much bigger than he is. He's a big fella, but he walked in the room and you could just tell he was here.
And it just seems like it's all so fun for him, right? It's not just the football. Obviously, he's really successful on the field, has had a ton of fun playing here at App State, but you can just sense the love for his teammates, the love for his coaches, especially Coach Clark, who we talked about moving up the ranks with in his career, which it's just such a cool parallel to see. But the way that he talks about the culture here, and it's something that we've heard from other student athletes, other players on the football team in particular, just this buy-in, this culture, this mentality, and that's something that he, as now a senior leader, is passing down to the underclassmen.
They all say the same thing. I got this feeling when I got here, when I first pulled up or walked onto campus, this feeling. And of course, the culture for App State football, the heritage, the tradition, the history runs so deep. For a player like Cooper, he really wanted to be a part of that, and it's important to him. He's a great ambassador for this program now, and of course moving forward is he'll continue to pass that on to younger players and to recruits, I'm sure. If anybody wants to know about App State, Cooper's a good guy to ask. We thank you for joining us for our inaugural installment this year as we dive into App State football here on the Mountaineer Insider on Skyline Sky Best at WATA.